Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Teach Me Something Tuesday episode of the Healthcare Education Transformation Podcast. This is part three of a three-part series on feedback. Now, the first part in the series was about giving effective feedback. The second part was about receiving effective feedback. This third part is what to do once we have the feedback. So, a couple of tips. The first one is you've got to reflect and understand. So, really take time to sit and think about the feedback that was given. You want to reflect on the specific points that were mentioned, how they relate to your performance or behavior. Ask for clarification if needed to ensure that you really grasp what's being communicated to you. The next tip is to acknowledge and appreciate the feedback. Again, I've started looking at feedback as a blessing, not a curse, right? It's a step in a process that can help us get better. So we might as well appreciate the feedback, whether it's positive or negative, and express gratitude to the person who provided it, because A, that'll allow them to keep providing it and make them feel safe about giving you the feedback. But it also shows that you value their perspective and are open to learning. And it fosters that positive environment for both of you, for both giving and receiving feedback. Next up, you want to create an action plan, right? You want to develop a plan to address the areas highlighted in the feedback. You want to make sure that you're breaking down the necessary steps that you're going to have to take to make those improvements. Set specific, achievable goals. We talk about SMART goals all the time. That would be a good use. That really helps turn the feedback into actionable steps for growth. And that's the key, right? We can get all the feedback in the world and have all the answers and the steps, but if we don't put them into action, they're worthless. They're just like a book being, unused and sitting on a shelf to collect dust, right? We've got to put these plans into action. Next up, implement the changes, right? Put those action plans into practice, get it going, gain momentum, start, little by little, step by step, follow your plan, right? Make those adjustments, monitor your progress, and be mindful of how these changes are impacting your performance. Is it working? Is it getting better? Was the feedback actually helpful? Or is this something that may have to be revisited? And speaking of which, the final tip is to seek a follow-up discussion with the person that gave the feedback, right? After you've implemented the changes, check in with that person and say, hey, here's my plan. Here's what I did. I've taken action on it. I'd love for, more feedback at this point on how things are going now and how things are looking. This really shows that you're committed to improving and allows you to gain further insight on your progress. It also provides an opportunity for further feedback, right? And adjustments to the plan. It's a process, it's a loop, it's a circle. That's why they say it's a feedback loop. Because we have to keep revisiting and reorganizing our thoughts and our plans and putting them into action. So, hope those tips were helpful, and we will see you on the next one.